Judicial attack Mkhwanazi, and former Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng warned against such. Warned them that stop being captured, fighting against the interest of the public. You are interested to know more about this? Let me take you in this journey. I'll take you into this one. So, there are some quite interesting, disturbing things about the Concord. And I want to jump straight into this. The Concord was quick to respond. Mkhwanazi said whatever he said. It was on the 6th of July, 2025. That was on a Sunday. In less than 7 days, not even 7 days, less than, the judicial has responded, asking for questions and clarity and evidence, not even clarity. But there are cases there that has been there for over 7 months. Listen to this. Vuyo Zungula rebuking them. He asked this question. We have been waiting for 7 months and 14 days for the Constitutional Court to issue a judgment on Phala matter. Surely waiting for more than 7.5 months for a judgment is not the interest of justice. Now, this was said on the 9th of July. What is interesting is that they've been waiting for the Constitutional Court to issue judgment on matters relating to Phala, yet it has been over 7 months. But it took the same Constitutional Court less than, I didn't, get me right here, less than 7 days to respond and one more evidence from Mkhwanazi. So they are very quick to other matters, but to matters relating to Phala, they are mute. That's a point that I wanted to secure. So, after posting that, I'm going to show you a video from Mogoeng Mogoeng. Just give me a moment. There's also the issue of timing that comes into question here. And I'm going to show you the timing here. So, the judicial have issued this statement. Judicial react to Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi's accusation about wrongdoing in the judicial. The judicial has noted with serious concern the recent remarks made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on the South African Police Service during his media briefing on Sunday, 6 July 2024, during which alleged collusion between, amongst others, the judicial and criminals. Such claims, made without substantiating, are extremely damaging to the public confidence in the independence and the integrity of our court, a fundamental pillar of our constitutional democracy. Judicial officers are bound by the judicial oath or solemn affirmation of office to uphold and protect the Constitution, the human right enshrined in it, and administer justice to all the persons alike without fear, favor, or prejudice, in accordance with the Constitution and the law. As such, any suggestion in impropriety within the judicial is treated with the utmost gravity. In this regard, the Acting Secretary General of the Office of the Chief Justice has formally requested the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service and the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, to furnish the evidence in support of this allegation and to lodge a formal complaint where warranted with the Judicial Service Commission JSC or the Magistrate Commission. These bodies are constitutionally and statutorily mandated to investigate complaints against the judicial officer. The JSC derives its authority from the Section 178 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. Read with the Judicial Service Commission Act 1994, Act 9 of 1994. Furthermore, Magistrate Commission operates under the Magistrate Act 1993, Act 90 of 1993. Both institutions have well-established mechanisms to address allegations of misconduct, ensuring due processes and fairness. I'm coming to the issue of there's more evidence, don't worry. I forgot to tell you that the EFF have also complained that it's not the first time there's a complaint about judicial. That's the bottom line. So I'm going to share a video from the EFF where they were complaining about this. But don't worry. For a moment, let's finish the letter because it's not that long. They are saying,
in the year 2024, a request was received from Gauteng Organized Crime Investigating Unit to assist with the investigation to dismantle the organized crime syndicate that was operating in Gauteng, that was controlled in Gauteng but operating in the rest of the country and in neighboring countries. I, as a Provincial Commissioner, took a decision to deploy 10 members from this political killings task team to go and support this organized crime unit in Gauteng. I can tell South Africans that this decision was a cause for the disbandment letter of this team, because they overstepped their mandate of only focusing in KZN. They went to support Gauteng organized crime unit with the dismantling of a criminal syndicate. And I can confirm before the South Africans today that the investigation which these members were involved with in Gauteng has unmasked the syndicate. And this syndicate involves, amongst others, politicians who are currently serving in Parliament. The law enforcement officers include the members of the South African Police Service, the Metro Police, and correctional services. They include prosecutors in Gauteng province, the Judiciary, and all these are controlled by the drug cartel as well as business people in that province of Gauteng. This act, of course, undermines the criminal justice system in this country.
The Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, Chief Justice Meyer, said that judicial stand firm in its commitment to accountability and the rule of law. If any person, including Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, has credible evidence of unlawful or unethical conduct committed by members of the judicial, they are urged to report such measures to legal mandated structures of the state. Unsubstantiated allegations, however, regrettably undermines the administration of justice and weaken the public trust in our institutions, which are essential to upholding our constitutional democracy. The judicial reaffirm its unwavering dedication to justice, transparency, and principle enshrined in our constitution. Should any judicial officer be found to have acted unlawfully or unethical, appropriate action must be taken without any hesitation. The judicial remain resolute in its duty to serve all South Africans with impartiality and integrity. Now, I want to ask this question. Does what they are saying here, does it mean that, because they are saying it's unsubstantiated fact, does it mean that they are saying you have no facts? Anyway, if you have them, go and report them. You can't tell me that the facts are unsubstantiated when you have not, or when you did not have the conversation with the man, or when you did not sit with him down in a form of inquiring of such evidence and he failed to provide that. Then I can expect you to call it unsubstantiated. But at this moment, he said that this is happening. There's a drug cartel that is happening in Gauteng that includes the magistrate. Guess what? Other people caught feelings for saying that. Okay, we get it. But I will say, before you even go to such an extreme, you would have sat with him down first. Failure to provide you with evidence, then it makes sense. Now, former Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng once warned against the captured judicial that doesn't respond or have 7 months things pending case against Phalaphala till today, no response. But Mkhwanazi speak on a Sunday, the 6th of July, before the following Sunday on the 13th, or which will be the 13th of July. Before then, they've already responded. Funny. Listen to this.
The public protector and ensuring, and that office cannot be assisted and its effectiveness ensured when those who are under a constitutional duty to help it choose to mislead it and to fight it to the end for exposing their untruths. What the president self-evidently did was to undermine and frustrate the efforts of that office to fulfill its constitutional obligations by not just withholding the truth, but deliberately asserting the opposite of it. Furthermore, the president is obliged by Section 96(2)(b) of the Constitution to not act in any way that is inconsistent with his office. This section is the constitutional source of the high ethical standards by which the president is supposed to lead this nation, strategically and intentionally giving a false version to the public protector while she is investigating a possible ethical breach falls squarely within the catchment area of this section. Lest we forget, we are not dealing here with an average citizen, but with the bearer of specific and frighteningly weighty constitutional responsibilities, who is expected and required to lead by example and be above reproach. His office demands of him to be the lighthouse, the pathfinder, and the embodiment of and the vessel for the enforcement of high ethical standards, particularly the constitutional values of our democratic state. In this instance, transparency, accountability, and the supremacy of the Constitution. Like all of us, he has rights, but unlike all of us, he does have special obligations, not imposed by the courts, but by the Constitution and legislation. It is the President, the number one or first citizen of the Republic, who we are talking about here. His is a distinctive and supreme office in the land that does not permit the employment of extraordinary technicalities when issues of ethics, transparency, accountability, upholding and respecting the Constitution have to be considered and pronounced upon. It is in this context that...
Let's take it a bit further, because it is so shocking that you have not given us a decision on Phala Phala, but there you are. Now, I saw somebody, look at this guy, I'm not sure whether it's a guy, I will assume. Somebody showed us something and said, at 1758, on and about the 10th of July, the judicial issued their statement, right? Look at the timing there, it is important. And then that person says, okay, 17, that means 5 o'clock, around 5 towards 6, they've issued their statement. Then the person brings the one of Ramaphosa and says Ramaphosa had issued his statement that he would be briefing the media at around 3:12 on that very same day, 10 July 2023. So it is as if the judiciary was just waiting for Ramaphosa to speak so they can speak. That person was pointing out to say, hey, it is so funny that it sounds very interesting that they were waiting for the president to speak. The general had press conference on Sunday, 6 July 2025. Ramaphosa released a statement on Thursday, 10 July 2025 at 12:03. After 2 hours, then the judicial follows Ramaphosa with their own statement on Thursday, 10 July 2025 at about 17:58, which is 2 minutes to 6. They released their own statement. Quite interesting, huh? The EFF, I don't know why I lost their video, because I heard their video. I don't know why I lost their video, guys. But if I do find the video where the MMC of EFF, MMC of Safety, was complaining about this thing to say, hey, we've got things that are happening in the judicial. So it's not, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi is not the first person to complain.
The cases, they get struck off the roll. The court, the cases disappear. When are we going to sort that out? We've been saying it for 3 years. Mkhwanazi is right. And the president must act, must clean everything the road. Why cases? I even said to you guys, why do cases disappear? I said that. I can form the best unit. We can do everything we have. Even in the IGR with the premier, I said, We're going to do all this work, but the criminals, we arrest them and the cases disappear. Prosecutors, they must come and account what happened to the cases. I can tell, go and ask people from the thing is going to do Eldos, Westbury, everywhere. And also even, you can the CIC, the Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malem, says that cases are getting, that's why there's too much gangster, it will never end in Cape Town. Because those gangsters have connections within the police force, the investigators, it goes all the way into the courts. And you guys have never followed up. And I'm like, we were telling you these things. Okay, go to Eldos there and check how many drug dealers have been arrested. You will find that even anyway, those investigations are not being done by the local police station anymore. It's been done by the province because they don't go anywhere. But you guys, you don't follow up. There is a serious crisis, I can tell you right now. Mkhwanazi is correct. Serious crisis. And what is painful is that people are dying. The drug dealers are known in Eldos. Drug dealers in Westbury are being unknown. Newlands, they are known. You want to go there with all these helicopters and launch for nonsense. Not going to work. That's why I did my thing. I did my assessment. I went to Operation Vaporize. The backlash we got there. IPET wanted to charge TRU. How can you have wanted to charge TRU? But now we went in there, we beat up people and all of that. Luckily we had what? Videos on Operation Vaporize.
Right? Okay. So then I saw somebody who said, General Mkhwanazi must arrest the culprit and present evidence in court. Simple. This thing of asking him to present evidence to you, ufuna ukwenzani evidence? Wapenda food what? Good General, good morning. Please, no more press conferences. Handcuff the culprit. Throw them at the police van. Okay, I think we've already read this one. Yeah. Throw them at the police van car. Do not provide evidence to them. This member of the ANC is a member of ANC. Tony Yengen. Yeah, Tony Yengen. He then came back and said, judges are not gods. Judges are not above the law. Evidence in that CR17 donors list sealed by judges. They must unseal that list. We will find evidence. They spoke about them being independent and impartial. They said they are independent and impartial. Somebody says, what will happen if General Mkhwanazi calls a press briefing on Saturday? Just for control. Sile wena. Usile. Right, this journalist is showing us the gift, is it the chairperson or what? I'm not sure whether the president of the gift of the givers. He has committed nae to say he is in support of General Hlanhla Mkhwanazi. Yes. With that being said, I want to end it here. I am of the view that the judicial must deal with their cases there. Me personally, I think the judicial should have said, Mkhwanazi, we ask that you open a case against those people you said they are involved in criminal activities. In doing so, it will also present us with an opportunity to see them for who they are, as the judiciary will then discipline with them. Will discipline them. This is me writing the letter. I would have said, because if you do not provide the evidence, you are damaging the trust that the citizens have on us, the judiciary. We ask you, please open a case so there can be a criminal case against them. If they are found guilty, we will also remove them on our judicial. Thus, we will be cleaning the judicial. Since we are not aware that there are criminals within this judicial system, we think the judicial should be independent and impartial all the time. We are of the view that if there are criminals, please open a case so they can be prosecuted. You will be helping us to clean up our own organization. But if you don't open a case, you only speak, please note that you are damaging the trust that the public have on us, the judicial. I think the message should have sounded that way, right? What's your take? This one sounds attack, defend. We will remind you guys, and please note, we will hold you into this one. And I'm reminding you this. Should any of the allegation made by Mkhwanazi be found to be true, especially or specifically against your members of judicial, we will remind you. Let me remind you now. There's a man. After Mkhwanazi made allegation about General Spear and the disbandment of the political killing task team, there's a man called Shadrach Spear, who is the Deputy Commissioner in the South African Police Service. He quickly went into the media. He was busy telling us that, this organization was disbanded lawfully. The letter, it was not signed by the minister, it was signed by the commissioner. It turns out that the commissioner had a press briefing not long ago. Guess what the commissioner said? I never signed that letter. So we saw the letter. The letter was signed by the minister. Who is now lying? The Deputy Commissioner Shadrach Spear is lying. I hope you don't want to find yourself there, where right now, you are on a defensive mood. And I don't even have to ask. I can read the letter, the spirit of the letter, you can tell me. You're on a defensive mood. Wait until an evidence is found against those people. Then we will tell you that, so when you were defending them, saying that there is unsubstantiated fact, what? No. The letter, when you read the letter, you can tell there's attack on the letter. And I'm not expecting President Ramaphosa to stand with Mkhwanazi. So I am saying to say, I think the manner in which the letter was written should have been crafted a little bit better. Should have been coming from the point of encouraging him to do that. By the way, we can't pretend as if the judges are all behaving. Let's look at, for instance, go on the Senzo Mewa trial, look at that judge who's presiding there, and tell me if you are pleased with that behavior. If you can confirm that you are pleased with what is happening there, I will say that the bar is too low. But if you can confirm that you are pleased with the judge presiding over the Jocelyn Smith, I will say that the bar is too high. And I'm pleased with that. Because when you look at the Judge Erasmus versus Judge Mkhwanazi, and you look at looking at their conduct, I can tell you now without a shadow of doubt that I have faith in Judge Erasmus, but not in Judge Mkhwanazi. Both presiding over public cases in High Court, but the manner in which they behave, for me, Judge Erasmus is a man of principle, a man who was fair to the defense, to the lawyer, to the state, to the accused. He was fair. Cannot falter him. But the Senzo Mewa trial, no. So that's just by way of example. But furthermore, there were magistrates that I forgot the year, about 5 of them, if I'm not mistaken, who were accused of corruption. One of them was accused to have even presided over a case of his cousin or what, where a cousin was a case was Soro as open against his own cousin. And when that case went to the magistrate, he presided over that case and acquitted his cousin. I may have forgotten about the story. Probably you will find it on IOL, I'm not sure. But the story was there. It even went as far as Parliament. This is to say, you can't now come from this presupposition that magistrates are clean. No, we have seen it. So you can't come from that perspective. No. So I'm expecting at least I have expected the judicial to behave a little bit better, man. Little bit, not too much, but a little bit better in handling this. Not this whole thing here. But nonetheless, let me leave it here. Give me your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section below.